When our favorite boxer steps into the ring, we believe it's the biggest obstacle they must overcome to continue their ascent. But for some of them, what could take away their years of glory happens in their daily lives. Watch until the end to learn the tragic yet amazing story of Vergil Ortiz Jr., the Aztec warrior whose muscles have not only served to hurt others but also put himself at risk. For a long time, it's been proven that Mexico is a territory where individuals destined to become legends are born. And in the field of boxing, it's no exception. The gladiators this land has produced are known not only for meeting expectations, but for shattering them. A great example is Juan Manuel Marquez, remembered as a titan of the ring who delivered nothing less than memorable battles etched in the minds of spectators and the annals of sports history. Beyond Mexico's borders, in the United States, we also hear echoes of bravery thanks to the emergence of Mexican-American fighters. They, born far from their homeland, have been blessed with the strength of their heritage. While they may not have been raised in Mexican culture, there is no doubt they've inherited that passion and fighting spirit that characterizes Marquez, Morales, and many others. So, fortune has led us to enjoy the rise of a titan promising to reach the heights of the greatest. But despite wanting to join the ranks of those whose names are already legendary, his meteoric ascent seems to be overshadowed. Health problems are the primary reason any athlete's wings of glory can be clipped before they even have the chance to soar. But Vergil Ortiz Jr.'s story, even in its early chapters, already has much to tell. Twists, crushing victories, and titanic challenges are some of the events Ortiz Jr. has had to face. At every step, he has shown he has what it takes to join the line of giants who trod the path before him. But for someone like Virgil, every battle is a fine line between glory and the abyss. His prodigious talent is balanced by threats to his physical well-being. His book still has many pages to fill. And if there's one thing we've learned from the great warriors of Mexico and beyond, it's that heart and passion are the necessary force to overcome any obstacle, threat, or challenge. If you don't believe us, his impressive knockout record proves it's true. With an astounding 100%, Vergil Ortiz Jr. is securing his place in the boxing firmament. At just 25 years old, the titan born in Texas is already planning to stand among the brightest stars in sports, unafraid to face the heaviest rivals to get there. Ortiz's fighting style is aggressive, always moving forward, a human cyclone capable of sweeping everything in his path, reminiscent of the great Mexican boxers. But he's not just a puncher, his technique has been refined to the last detail. Outside the ring, he's considered a noble warrior who doesn't need to flaunt his bravery. But when the lights come on and he's in the ring, he transforms. If you can't visualize it, perhaps the next fight will give you a better idea of who this new beast is. That showdown was the crucible where Vergil Ortiz's legacy was forged, and once it's over, you can see if Jr. is destined to join the sports greats. It was August 14th, 2021, and all eyes were on Ortiz. The audience held their breath, waiting to see if Virgil could deliver the show his incredible record anticipated. The fight started on equal terms for both, but by the second round, tension was palpable as Ortiz hit the canvas. From that moment, things got even more intense. Ortiz was determined not to give in to adversity, which can be attributed to the heritage of the Aztec warriors flowing in his veins. Not only did he rise from the canvas, but he also lifted his mind from doubts and uncertainty, which would be the downfall of any other fighter in his situation. What happened next must be written in the golden pages of sports. It took Virgil just one more round to turn the tide. It seemed like it was written in one of the best movie scripts. After a great recovery in the third round, Ortiz knocked down Kavaliauskas. The spectators watched in disbelief. No one expected that, against all odds, Virgil would prove that the final result is not dictated by muscles or experience, but by heart, technique, and an unbreakable fighting spirit that not everyone develops.
No, you need to go back behind the jab, but that's the thing about Velasquez.
That night, the ring had turned into a chessboard on which Vergil Ortiz Jr. had proven that there was no one better in the field of strategy than him. Ortiz knew his opponent was fierce, and his fists were notorious for shattering dreams and aspirations. He didn't just see Velasquez as another opponent, it was a challenge he had to overcome. It was an enigma he had to solve. Ortiz's caution and executing a fight with precision prevented him from falling into the trap of underestimating older, more experienced opponents.
Looking for, Tom, is if this fight goes to the scorecards, was that a knockdown in the second?
In many cases, caution can be mistaken for cowardice. But it wasn't the case with Ortiz, because when the moment came, all caution was set aside to attack as if the most dangerous beast in the world had just been unleashed.
That timing, and he can throw those short, compact punches that do a lot of damage.
To Velasquez saying like, yeah, you got me. Give him that Sugar Ray Leonard look.
If Virgil is to be characterized by what happened that night, the best words would be bold and brave. The entire room could feel it. The battle that started as one between a promising young man and a seasoned veteran became something more. When Velasquez staggered, everyone knew it. Vergil Ortiz Jr. shouldn't be seen as a promise for the future or one of many contenders. Ortiz represented a formidable force.
Adversity, we're used to seeing him drop his opponents. Now we see him here.
Doesn't look great. A body shot sends him down. More big power punch to erase Velasquez once and for all.
Unfortunately for Ortiz Jr., his years of glory haven't been entirely rosy. Beyond his incredible record, the most challenging challenges are outside the ring. Ortiz's greatest concern has been his health, which began when he tested positive for COVID-19 in 2020. It was the toughest moment of his life. Although he recovered and his winning streak seemed to continue, his health remained a major concern. In 2021, he had to be hospitalized with rhabdomyolysis, a condition that causes the breakdown of muscle tissue and releases harmful protein into the bloodstream. These events have not only affected scheduled fights, but also cast a huge shadow of uncertainty over his future in the sport he loves so much. Ortiz's story should serve as a reminder that the imposing warriors we know in the ring are also human when they step off it. For Vergil Ortiz Jr., each fight not only serves to test his skill, but also as a manifestation of the resilience and courage he must have to continue when he steps out of the ring. Do you think Vergil Ortiz Jr. will overcome these health obstacles and have a career that is not only impeccable, as it already is, but also long-lasting? We're eager to hear your thoughts in the comments.